We are
hopefully awesome.
That's right. A positive place on the internet where we nerd out about all the geeky, about all the geeky things we love. And today's geeky thing is somebody Smallville. That's right, everybody. Because this is going back to Smallville, our weekly vodcast where Maggie and I rewatch and recap every episode of Smallville, week by week, episode by episode. We are on the season 6 episode Justice. And if you're watching us live, you may have just finished watching along with us. We did a live stream. If you didn't get to watch that, it is still over on the YouTube channel, youtube.com/awesome. So go check that out, and you can watch us watch Justice.
Yeah.
Maggie.
Justice being served.
Of course, your first time watching it.
Yeah.
And I know you said you liked it.
Yeah.
So before,
okay.
No, go for it. Go ahead, because I just realized I didn't connect the prompter.
Yeah, I was supposed to say, missing some notes. I think this is probably one of my all-time favorites.
It's really good.
I really love it.
It's solid, right?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Because I loved all of their solo episodes.
Yes.
And just for them to all come back like that, I love it. Love it so much.
Absolutely. I'm right there with you. This is when it first happened. This was definitely like in my opinion, the best episode that had happened. Even so far, I would say this is probably my favorite episode we've watched in the rewatch. I just think that it's top tier. But before I get any further, I'm gonna take us back to Smallville.
All right.
Nailed it. What?
I went,
Oh, did you? I didn't see it. All right, everybody. Hey, look at that.
Hey.
Man, one of these days, everything is just going to work the way it's supposed to, and it's going to be grand.
Matt CR, you are right. You all did keep saying it was the best.
It's true.
You did.
I hit those buttons a few times while I was watching.
I know.
Could you hear it?
I knew you was hitting them. I could hear you hitting the buttons.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Special shout out to our member producer for the month, Basilius of Stupidonia. Thank you, Basilius, for being awesome. Oh my God, so loud. And as always, a special thanks to Smallville.fandom.com for helping us curate the information in this episode. This is Season 6, Episode 11, Justice. This is the 121st episode of Smallville overall. Original air date, Maggie, was January 18th, 2007.
Was it the actual Cloverfield?
No, it was 1 year before Cloverfield. What was that?
Okay.
Rack 'em and pack 'em, we're Phantoms in 15. Get it? That's part of it.
Do you like my voice?
That was terrifying. Written and directed by Stephen S. Denight.
Hey, Denight.
Did both of them. Whose previous episodes include Season 4's Run. Spell, Unsafe, Onyx, Ageless, which he also directed, Season 5's Mortal, Thirst, Splinter, Lockdown, Tomb, and Mercy, and Season 6, Zod, Reunion, and that's all so far. For some reason, I thought we said Season 7. I don't know why. I was thinking that there was going to be more popping up. So.
Number words, Matt. Your brain goes into autopilot.
Number words?
Yeah, number words. 5, 6.
Clark is reunited with 4 superpowered heroes when Oliver Queen organizes the first version of the future Justice League with Bart Allen, Arthur Curry, and Victor Stone. The team work together to discover what Lex Luthor is up to with Project 33.1. This is Season 6, Episode 11, Justice.
Yeah.
Maggie, what did you think about this episode?
I mean, already stated. Hey, yeah, that guy's getting it. All right. Anyways, like I stated before, I think this is like one of my all-time favorite episodes
So
of
good.
Smallville. It's great, and I loved like all their solo episodes and stuff. So it was
Yes.
like perfect. I love it.
It was honestly, I want to take you back. All right, take you back, if you will, to 2007.
Okay.
All right.
I don't want to think about it.
Think about it. This is pre The Dark Knight had
Yeah.
not come out yet. Iron Man obviously had not come out
Mhm.
yet. The closest we had gotten to to any kind of like team up, was like the Fantastic Four,
Okay.
X-Men.
Yeah.
Okay, no crossovers. That was just not.
That
wasn't a
gonna
thing.
happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So even the idea of a Batman Superman movie had been kicked around. Obviously there was Batman Begins and Superman Returns,
Mm-hmm.
and people were thinking like, like when
Yeah.
are we gonna see it? And of course, the Justice League cartoon was pretty big by this point.
Yeah.
And so, which apparently this is actually a reference to the opening. Where they're all walking. Yeah.
Aw.
But the idea of having a super team made up of individual heroes, not like X-Men or Fantastic Four, where it's like the
Mhm.
group is
They're
the
living.
superhero.
Yeah.
Like this is like each individual superhero is their own standalone person.
Yeah.
So even though Smallville obviously doesn't have a shared universe,
Yeah.
with the Flash having his own show, Cyborg having his own. Obviously, they didn't do that, but they have set up these characters, and now to see them all come together in one big adventure,
Yeah.
like it was special. Like this was not something that happened all the time. Let alone having a good comic book show, right? But to not only have a good comic book show and to have multiple superheroes,
Yeah.
and for them to be well represented,
Oh yeah.
that just doesn't happen. A
Yeah.
live action Justice League, Maggie, like that's what we got.
Yeah.
It wasn't until 10 years after this before we got a movie version,
Yeah.
and it sucked. It was terrible. The Whedon version, obviously. And I mean, even think about like the Avengers,
Yeah.
that happened in 2012. So even 5 years after this, so I mean,
Yeah.
Smallville, very, very ahead of the curve on this.
Yes.
The only thing that they didn't have was obviously an expanded shared universe. But I feel like you can look at this and easily see, the
Yeah.
groundwork for having a shared universe.
Yeah.
It's just wonderful. And I think this proved that people wanted that. Because this
Yeah.
was, if I'm not mistaken, I don't have the data on it, but if I'm not mistaken, I feel like this was a pretty big success for the CW. Obviously for Smallville.
Yeah.
I feel like these episodes like this, until season 8, so obviously only the next 2 seasons, but they're really the ones that kind of helped Smallville stay afloat.
Yeah.
Because obviously audience retention would wane, and I'm obviously trying to keep spoiler free for you.
Yeah.
But they would have, episodes like this that would really lift up the
Yeah.
ratings. And I feel
Yeah.
like because of this episode, and others like it, as we'll see in the future, that's why season 8, kind of, but 9 and 10 really lean into this idea of there being a DC universe.
Yeah.
Like it almost becomes, the DC universe show as
Mhm.
opposed to just Smallville.
Yeah.
That's really 9 and 10 is really, I mean, don't get me wrong, we never lose Clark as the main focus. Like that's never,
Yeah.
never,
I figured not.
but I mean, we see, lots and lots of references to other things.
Yeah.
More people with powers, not just like known superheroes, but like, just metahumans in general.
Yeah.
Like it stops trying to hide the fact that it's based off a comic book. And like they really embrace that. And I think it's
Yeah.
because of the success of episodes like this.
Yeah.
Whereas, if you tried to do this in season 1 or 2,
Yeah.
can you imagine?
It would not have worked out well.
Yeah, Pete running around doing God knows what.
Jesus. No, Pete would have been killed by one of these guys.
And Maggie, I think there's one very specific reason that you really enjoyed this episode.
Alan Richardson with his shirt off.
Is that
No.
that's not what I was going to say.
No.
Do you like Alan Richardson? I mean, it's okay if you do.
I mean, I went woo,
Yeah.
but no,
I mean,
that's not
it's
the
okay
main
if
reason.
you do.
But
Like,
what's your
I
guess?
just didn't know
What's your
if that
guess?
was the case. I mean, I've never looked at him in like a handsome way, you know? Like, I mean, Clark, obviously.
Yeah, Clark. Yeah, Tom Welling. Good God.
But like, I've just never looked at Alan Richardson that way. Again, because I was annoyed by him. Because he was like, his claim to fame was
American Idol.
American Idol. Yeah, and letting
Yeah.
Paul Abdul rub his abs.
Yeah.
Boink.
Remember.
No, the
Good
main
luck.
the main reason I think you like this episode is because there was one character that was not in it.
Oh, yes.
At
Matt
all.
Ciar's already mentioned it in chat. It was so nice. And we didn't have that over looming, stupid drama crap that is Lex and Lana.
Oh, okay.
God, I cannot
waiting for
stand
the-
that.
I was waiting for the bitch to drop there for a second.
I love how he said, yeah, her and Nell are in Paris shopping for wedding dresses.
Oh, I totally missed it.
Yeah,
I didn't even know they mentioned it at all.
Because Lionel's like saw that picture. He's like, "Oh shit, I gotta talk to." Yeah,
That's when I was taking Viv back in.
I think so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. That's
but
right.
yeah, but like Lionel's face where he saw that picture, I was like, "Yeah, you're on the other side of this now, buddy." And I love how he covered for him. man.
Yes. It
I
was so
love
good.
it.
And I love
and it pissed off Lex so much. I love it.
What was there any surprises as far as like the characters that they brought back? Obviously you knew, but like
Yeah.
where they were in their journey.
I mean, I love how Cyborg,
yeah.
how he had, I guess, finally has really embraced his technology.
Yeah, yeah. Whereas
And
before
he's-
he was
He was
it was
like,
very worrisome, bothersome, so to
yeah.
speak. Yeah.
Bart's still the same. And then AC, I don't think he's really changed much.
I think he's gotten more full of shit.
Yeah.
To be honest. you know?
What's with the fish jokes? It's always the fish jokes.
I will say he was funnier.
Yes.
Like he was much funnier in this, and I appreciated that.
And I was, like I said, when I was watching it, I was like, why didn't they make him barefoot? It would have made more sense if he was barefoot in the air duct.
Yeah. Well, they didn't want it to be like Die Hard. It's a stupid joke. My apologies. Any other tidbits you want to say before?
Also cool that Chloe was got to be called Watchtower.
Yes. Okay. So Watchtower. What did you think about that reveal that Chloe is Watchtower?
I thought that was really cool.
So of course, at the time, there was speculation
Yeah.
of different names and things that would happen in this. There was a couple of rumors that Clark would actually be called Superboy.
Ah.
So like because there was this whole thing going on at the time about the Superman, the word itself, Superboy, the word itself, and like the Jerry Siegel and Joel Schuster, like they were like the families were like suing over stuff, and so like in the comics when they did the Crisis on Infinite Earths, Superboy Prime comes back.
Yeah.
And I don't think it happened in Crisis on Infinite Earths. It might have, or I'm sorry, Infinite Crisis, the sequel in 2005. And they changed him to Superman Prime because there was an argument over the phrasing of Superboy, like as a trademarked character, like illegal tied up. So like
Wow.
so they aged him up a few years and stuff. And so anyway, like so there was all these different legal things going on. So like nobody really knew what was gonna like
happen.
what were they gonna call Clark, right?
Yeah.
And so because I think they were doing like a New York Comic-Con panel. I mean, it may have been San Diego Comic-Con, but I feel like that was a little too early.
Yeah.
But they were talking about it, and like they're like, "Don't worry, you'll appreciate if you're a fan of the comics, you'll appreciate what we come up with."
Yeah.
And so calling Boy Scout, that was kind of
Okay.
and then of course Chloe now being this whole time it's always been wondered like is Chloe gonna die
Yeah.
because like she's obviously not around in Superman. So
Yeah.
like, what happens with Chloe?
Yeah.
Right. Like, I mean, that's been a conversation since the beginning
Yeah.
of the series, right? And I mean, because back then it mattered if it connected to the,
Yeah.
you know.
Oh,
I mean, it
know.
doesn't fucking matter now. Like, who gives a shit,
Yeah.
you know?
Multiverse.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Multiverse.
Maybe Chloe doesn't exist in other stuff because
Yeah.
it doesn't fucking matter,
Yeah.
you know? Maybe she does, you know? It just doesn't matter. And so them calling her Watchtower was kind of not like a hint, but like a way to almost solidify her, a possibility of her representation in the
Yeah.
future of the DCU.
Yeah.
Now, there were people that were clamoring for her to be called Oracle. Yeah. But they did not go that route, obviously. I mean, I'm pretty sure I wanted them to call her Oracle at the time. I'm pretty sure that's what I was wanting. But see, and we have a similar situation that happens in the Arrowverse because Felicity is very much the role of Oracle, and so I think they ended up, because her code name Matt ZR, you might be able to drop this in chat, but her code name was like she had said Oracle, and then or somebody had said it, and she's like, well, no, somebody else has got that name. And like a reference to Babs, right?
Yeah.
Like in Arrow, they said that. But you know, so I forget what they ended up calling her. I don't know. Watchtower, probably. That was a joke.
Lighthouse.
Not a good one, but. So yeah, there was that, and then the Flash thing, which Matt ZR had it in the chat.
Yeah.
But saying that it was more to keep in line with
The comics.
Yes, of Bart Allen being Impulse before he becomes the Flash.
Mm-hmm.
And that is true. But for some reason, and maybe I'm just getting the Superboy, Superman stuff mixed in with it.
Yeah.
But I want to say there was some, like, again, like Warner Brothers didn't want them to maybe even, like, maybe it wasn't like legally, but like it was, you know, something like they had a Flash thing. Again, the reason they didn't want to have multiple things going at the same time. Like the reason they wouldn't let them use Batman is because they didn't want to confuse people, which is stupid, obviously.
People are that stupid.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
And so I think maybe they like didn't want them to use the term the Flash because maybe they had something in the works, possibly.
Maybe.
I'm not sure, to be honest with you. But yeah, I mean that's why they were allowed to use, you know, what you would maybe call the B tier of superheroes.
Yeah.
You know, back then anyway.
Back then, yeah. Oliver said Oracle was taken, and he went with, I believe, Overwatch.
Overwatch. Yep.
Video
That's
game. Cool.
Yeah. Let's see here. Matt ZR says it was a bit inconsistent since in the planet scene, Chloe already said she saw lead shielding due to her files, yet she wasn't concerned until she saw the data at Oliver's.
Oh, yeah, until Clark was heading in there.
Did I miss? That might have been like a connection to something else we said, and I'm not catching it. Or there may have been a comment prior to that.
I can't remember. Well, Daniel's Hot Topics.
Hey, Daniel.
Says, hello, bros. How's it going? Did you hear that Tom Welling and Michael Rosenbaum want to bring Smallville back in an animated series? I just don't get why Welling does not want to be live action. Probably because he went through it for, 10 years?
Yeah, well, there's a whole thing about Tom Welling, like, never wanting to wear the suit and, like, have the Superman stuff. And, like, I don't know if it's because of, like, the curse.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Or like, but I mean, it became more than just like, I'll put it this way. By the time we got to season 8, 9, and even 10, I feel wholeheartedly that they would have just let him be Superman. Okay. Like the new showrunners at that point. The way the show is going and stuff. Like, I have no doubt they would have been cool with just calling him Superman. But it was Tom Welling was very much not in favor of doing that. So I'll put it that way.
Okay.
You know, obviously I'm not going to say whether or not he ever, you know, is called Superman or anything.
Yeah.
But like, to me, it becomes very clear that they are. I mean, like I said, they're not shying away from the comic book aspects at that point.
Yeah.
So I think they would have very easily been able to do that. But
Yeah.
he was very. Again, I don't know all the ins and outs, but I know that he was not. I do know for a fact that he did not want to be in the suit.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, hey.
I mean, and spoiler. I try not to make you think about this a lot, and it's going to piss everybody off, and it's all good.
You can like censor it.
Well, Crisis, the Arrowverse. Crisis.
Oh yeah, I already know about that.
Well, no, like he's not Superman in it.
No.
Yeah. Like he's only Clark, and like there's a reason for that because again, Tom Welling did
Does not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though they got Brandon Routh in the Superman suit,
Which is great.
It was great. I loved it. And he was also the Atom.
And they let him do the flying off.
I know, Maggie. I fucking know. It's great. It's so good. That is the only redeeming part of the Crisis crossover. All right. I mean, was that was phenomenal.
Amazing.
And of course, John Wesley Shipp. I mean, every part of him
Oh my God.
was
Yes.
just wonderful.
Daniels also says the animation they want to use in the Smallville animated series, if it gets made, looks great. You guys got to check out the vid in Discord. We'll check it out.
Don't read the next comment. Don't read his final comment.
Okay.
I don't know.
I'm
if there's-
covering it, so I will not speed read it.
Okay.
Matt Ciara says, nope, Matt was just pointing out the inconsistency.
Okay.
I'm not
Got
looking at it.
It's okay. I don't think it has anything. I just don't look at it.
What?
Okay, you're looking at Matt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. I don't like. There's. I'm not certain if there's anything that's a spoiler, but there's it's very much end of the series talk, and I don't know.
Okay.
So I just don't want you to see it.
All right. We need to
Again, don't know if it's official spoilers or not. So.
Okay.
All right. Yep, Matt is right regarding Tom wanting to be in the suit. However, he mentioned in one of the previous Talkville shows that his feelings on that have changed. Motherfucker! What? Tom Welling would be in the suit. Bring him back. God damn it, James Gunn. Make it happen. I don't care if Tom Welling's 90. Get that fucker in a rubber suit.
He might.
He might.
Him and Michael Rosenbaum are friends. So.
I know. Multiverse. All right, let's get into war. What is it good for?
What is it good for?
Absolutely nothing. Say it again.
All right, let me switch back over here. So, how Clark and Lana progress this week? Well, Lana Lang does not appear in this episode. Now, this is the section. This is the only section. Okay, this is the only section of the show that I actually don't pull from anywhere. I just kind of type it out,
Yeah.
and so obviously I did not type this out because I didn't remember, and I didn't want to completely spoil myself on the everything that happens in the episode. I didn't want to read because they have the entire synopsis start to finish. I didn't want to read that, so there's nothing written here, but how Clark and Lex progress this week. So I mean, obviously they don't interact.
No. However,
but Clark very much sees that Lex is a psychopath.
Yeah.
And is bad, you know. So I mean, they're not.
He's crazy.
I feel like, until otherwise stated, I maybe should not even mention Clark and Lex anymore. They're really, it's dead.
It's dead.
They're done.
Daniels, just to let you know, wanting to know how much we haven't seen. It is me. I have not seen any of it.
Yes, this is Maggie's first time
all.
watching.
So what you, if you saw the watch along or whatever, that was the first time my eyes had just seen everything. Seen this.
Yeah.
I had no clue.
And now, obviously, we it's totally cool for you to say whatever you want to in chat. We just want you to know, I may what I just did. I may be hey, don't read that.
Don't read that, Maggie.
But we don't expect everybody to stay spoiler free when talking about Smallville. I mean, we're all here talking about Smallville. I've watched the series multiple times, so I know everything, right? But yeah, this is Maggie's first time watching.
Yeah.
But you know, obviously, no worries.
Yeah.
Maggie's memory is shit. So, like, by the time we get to some things that would be spoilers, like, she'll probably
Maybe.
like, you know, or at least I feel like we're both pretty good about convincing ourselves that we don't
I try.
remember. You
But
know,
I mean,
and like, let's be honest. Obviously, it's better to see it with clear eyes, right, and not be
Mhm.
spoiled on it.
yeah.
But like, it doesn't ruin the show. Like, this show is good irregardless of the big events that
Yeah,
happen.
no.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, if you was to get
I
spoiled
do
on
like
something, it'd be fine.
threaten my brother's life anytime he tries to start. I'm like, no, I don't. No, because he will tell me everything
Yeah.
if I'm not careful.
Yeah. And we also knew when doing this live
Yeah.
that we were opening
Yeah,
this up
there's
to that
there has
possibility.
been maybe 1 or 2 times I've had to completely close out chat because there was so much
Yeah.
happening, and I'm just like, I can't read anything. I'm sorry.
Which again, that's totally fine. Like
Yeah.
we don't expect everybody to be spoiler free, so no worries.
It's my favorite DC show. Daniel says Smallville is my favorite DC show and my favorite version of Clark Kent. Aw.
Agreed. I agree. It's so good. No, I can't wait to
If
watch
I had
Superman
watched
Lois.
this like in high school, I would have totally been crushing on Tom Welling big time.
I still do.
Like
He's the reason I
Oh,
watched Draft
4 out
Day.
of 5. Sorry, Bart.
Aw, Beef!
Yeah, beef.
The
Beef's on
beef?
my cup of tea.
Aw, come on.
He's too
The
short.
beef. Maggie. Well, I guess you are tall.
Yeah.
Okay. But it's the beef.
I
He's the funny
know.
guy. See,
No, we have not seen Superman Lois yet. Do not say anything to us about it.
it's okay. I'll forget because we're not starting until after Smallville.
Yeah.
So I won't remember jack about it.
We know it's great.
We do know it's great.
We do know.
And I think I know a couple of things, but I'm not going to say them. How Lex and Lana progress this week? Well, there is no interaction because Lana Lang does not appear in this episode. You look so happy, Maggie. You have the goofiest smile on your face.
I did it on purpose.
Great. I know you did. It's wonderful. How Clark and Lois have progressed this week. So obviously Clark walks in and sees Lois
Holding up some lingerie.
some mint green lingerie.
That wasn't mint green.
Well, it
It was
was
like, it wasn't a pretty green.
no,
I'll be honest.
it was not. It wasn't good. And then you know,
He
let's.
got all flustered. It was so funny.
Oh, they made out.
Yeah.
That was last week.
Yeah. But like how she said, you could have seen me naked, Smallville. And I was like, well, it's not the first time, you know?
I mean, wait, did he see her naked?
I'm pretty certain he had.
I mean, he watched her strip. I mean, that's a lot. Maybe he did. No, wait.
She's seen
I
everything
think-
on him.
Yeah, didn't she like get out of the bath and like with the ghost, right? That whole thing.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's whatever. It's fun. But of course, Oliver and Lois's relationship is done. Maggie, how does it make you feel?
Sunk.
It's over.
Oh my God. It was sad. How was it? Oh,
We're all gonna die.
no.
It's over. Their relationship.
Rat trap. No.
They're for real though. Their relationship
Oh, I
is
know.
done.
I know.
Like
It's done.
yeah.
So, I mean,
This is Oliver's last episode
Yeah.
of the season. So, and he only comes back for one episode in season 7, and then he's a series regular. But you know, so you only get to see him once
that's
until
sad.
season 8. It sucks, man.
That's sad.
It is
And-
sad because he's wonderful. He's so good
Excuse
in
me.
this.
Yeah. And poor Lois.
Oh no, they did a really good job. I just
really loved him, and
yeah.
I was like, this is the only relationship I want to worry about is these two. Now I can't because now we got freaking Lana and Lex having a freaking wedding and a baby.
Yeah. I forget that happens in just a couple episodes.
What, the marriage?
Yeah, the
Oh.
wedding. Yeah.
The marriage.
Yeah, but it's in a couple episodes, I think, because
I
they don't save it
hope-
for the finale.
I hope that wedding is set on fire.
I'll go ahead and tell you this, unless I'm horribly forgetting something. It happens, and they do get married.
Okay.
I don't want you thinking like
Man.
that something happens that they don't get married. They do get married.
I just want somebody to sabotage it. That's
I don't
all.
think that happens. I mean, there's a lot. I mean, obviously, it's a very emotionally charged episode.
Yeah.
But like, they do get married. I know that. I'm like 100, and I'm like 99.999% certain they get married without a hitch.
Yeah.
Obviously, it doesn't last forever,
No.
but I'll leave it at that.
Okay.
I won't tell you how long it lasts. But it's
One
it's-
episode.
I don't think it's one episode. I'm pretty
Matt's
sure
memory
it's 3.
is spot on,
Okay,
Matt CR
cool.
says.
Like it's not the worst episode. Like for it to be about Lex and Lana's marriage, it's not the worst episode.
Ugh.
All right,
I threw up in my
it
mouth.
could have been worse. I'll put it that way. It could have been a lot worse. I think we get to see Clark in a tux. I think.
What? He goes?
Well, no. I
That
don't.
hoe better not go. I'm talking to you right now, Clark.
No, I don't think he's invited to it.
He better not be.
But in my mind, I see him in a tux. But maybe I'm thinking of prom. That might be what I'm thinking of.
He goes to prom.
Goes back to Smallville's prom. No, but at the end when Lois and Oliver are breaking up, I feel like I don't know what they did. I don't know if it was like the way they had the lighting effects. I thought they made Erica Durance like very beautiful
Yeah.
in that scene. Like just the way her hair was, the like, and not saying that she's not always beautiful, but like sometimes they tend to go on more of the sexualized.
Yeah,
And like this to me, she looked very Lois.
she looked mature.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
That's it.
yeah, she did have like a V-cut sweater on, but it wasn't showing the cleavage like
Right,
it
right.
normally does. And
Right.
like she actually looks more mature for her character, and just to see, the hope
Yeah.
and then just the heartbreak happen.
God, and what a line! What a line that Oliver says. This is it. This is the moment I'm
Moment
going to
I'll
regret
regret.
for the rest of my
Yeah.
life. God, wonderful. Justin Hartley deserves a series.
Yes, he does.
I know he's had multiple since, but like,
he's
God.
going right now with Dean, right?
yeah, yeah, that's right.
They're brothers.
Yeah, it's
They're
two brothers. And they're gonna-
CBS.
aren't they? Okay, I may have made this up.
They're bound.
Doesn't Sam? Isn't Sam gonna be in it? And they're gonna be triplets.
I don't know.
I swear. Maybe I dreamt
No,
that.
you dreamt.
It's very
you
possible.
dreamed that, man. Matt CR says I'll throw up even more when I see the wedding.
Ah,
Great.
wonderful.
Thanks, Matt CR.
All right.
Looking forward to it.
Anything else you
Not.
want to say about the relationships before we move into continuity?
I hope that wedding gets set on fire.
Carry on my wayward son.
Justice.
Sam.
Come on, Sam.
Dean.
Come on, Ollie. Just call him Ollie. Honestly, it's a shame that I've never watched This Is Us. Because Justin Hartley's in that.
Yeah.
And like I've always wanted to. And I just
I
haven't.
heard it's
I know.
but boohoo fest.
I think some spoiler alert. I mean, it was everywhere. So I think if you like, I'm not watched the show, but like the
Excuse me.
Peter Petrelli dies from like a pressure cooker.
I know he dies, but I don't know if it's that
So bad.
exact situation.
No, it's what's those things that like they're like, oh, don't leave them on.
Crockpot?
Yeah, and it like sets the house on fire, and he dies. And I think I don't know. I don't know why I'm talking about this.
Let's just keep
let's keep
going.
going.
Yeah.
Maggie, justice means the moral principle of determining whether someone is just or not. The title, Justice, refers to Oliver and the others getting justice for the inmates of Lex's 33.1 facility. Justice is also a reference to the Justice League of DC Comics.
What?
Green Arrow's team is an early version of the Justice League.
No shit.
Yes, shit. Absolutely shit. Oliver, where am I? Oliver suggests that their team's name should have the word justice in it. Oliver also says that Lex will be getting a giant dose of justice once the Green Arrow and his team start to go global.
Mr. Worldwide.
Oh my god. Matt Ciar says there are 4 more episodes before the wedding, though. Not quite a couple, like Matt said.
Thank you. I was thinking it was, because I know it's not the end of the season.
Yeah.
But I couldn't remember how far ahead. So yeah, you got another month before you have to suffer through that.
Great.
This is the last appearance of Justin Hartley as Oliver Queen for this season. This is the 11th episode of the season and the start of an annual unofficial tradition where the 11th episode of each season introduces a new character, a new hero team, or has returning superhero guests. So, the 11th episode going forward.
Oh, wow.
Bangers.
All right.
Though I will say, Matt Ziar, and I'm okay if you tell me this, is the 11th, because I don't remember the 7th season's episode that's supposed to be in this. Is that the one where Oliver is back? You don't have to go into more detail than that, but just the one, because I know he's in the one episode.
Yes or no?
I mean, you don't have to just say yes or no, but I mean, you know. Let's see. Oh, man. Maggie,
The prompter.
what do you think, Maggie, about Oliver and Justice getting a big old serving of justice?
Yeah. Lex, I hope he gets it.
Yeah.
Big time.
Mr.
Yeah, Mr. Worldwide.
Mr. Worldwide.
Let's see here. After this episode, oh yeah, you ready to get fucking pissed?
Yeah.
After this episode, a spin-off series in which Oliver led the Justice League made it into early development.
What?
The series was to have been helmed by Stephen S. Donat, who wrote and directed this episode.
No. Bitches. Why? Why did they do this to him?
I don't know.
He's pretty. He's a good actor. Why?
And I mean, I have to imagine this had the highest ratings for the season. So, like, I don't know. Okay.
It's awful.
And the fact that they kept trying and, like, it kept not happening, that's probably why they just decided, you know what, fuck it, you're a cast member for season 8. Like, we're done.
Yeah.
We're done trying to get you your own show, buddy. You're just going to take over Smallville for us.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Daniels also says the thing that, we were all thinking, I was hoping that Justin Hartley was going to be Arrow in the Arrowverse. However, they went with Stephen Amell instead.
Yes, 100% agree. I remember, I mean, I've talked about this before, but I remember the day that they announced that. Yeah. And I was like, why the fuck would they do a Green Arrow show without Justin Hartley? Like, he's the only reason anyone gives a shit about the Green Arrow. What are we talking about here? And it's goddamn Justin Hartley. He's amazing. And it's like right after Smallville ended. So it's like the perfect time to do that. Like, I mean, sure, it could have gone the Joey route and been fucking awful. Or it could have gone the Frasier route and been amazing.
Matt Ciar says, yes, Oliver returns in the 11th episode of season 7, funnily enough.
Thank you. So that makes sense. That makes sense that's that.
It's not fair.
Again, my favorite episodes of season 8 and 9. And probably 10. I don't remember 10's 11th episode, but I know if the 8 and 9, if they're the ones I'm thinking that have Jeff Johns as the writer. They're
God.
Dude, they're so
Shit.
good. Like, Maggie.
That's great.
Maggie, here's the thing, okay? And it's going to be a few years. Like, literal years.
I know.
The one for season 9, unless, again, I may change my tune, it's better than this. And it's insane. But like that statement alone is insane. And you're gonna fucking love it so much, Maggie. Like I can't wait for you to see it. Like I wish we could just skip to that. 'Cause it's great. Anyway. This episode ends with Oliver revealing that Lex is setting up 33.1 facilities across the globe wherever there is evidence of people with metahuman abilities. The concept of there being metahumans outside the United States had been introduced in the season 4 episode Jinx, which had featured an Eastern European metahuman who hailed from a long line of metahumans in his family tree.
Yeah.
Just
Mr. Worldwide.
when Victor and AC walk out to reveal themselves in Oliver's clock tower, Victor says to Chloe, I guess we're not that good at the whole secret part of this yet. To which she responds, yeah, but you're great at getting caught by the villain. Both Victor and AC did indeed get caught by Lex and needed to be rescued by Clark in season 5's Cyborg and Aqua, respectively.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty great.
Yeah, that was a
I like
burner.
that. It was, man. Clark met Bart in the season 4 episode Run, and he met AC and Victor in the season 5 episodes Aqua and Cyborg. Bart continues to flirt with Chloe from Run, although this time she maintains that she already has a boyfriend, and Clark tells him to knock it off, just like the last time. Lex and Oliver referred to the time they shot each other in the episode Rage. This is the first mention of Aunt Nell since the episode Hypnotic. Which one was Hypnotic?
Oh, I've always made the joke there's a liquor called Hypnotic.
Was it the one where she like it was like Frighteners? Not Frighteners. Fuck. Where like Lana was like killing herself to see like her dead parents.
Maybe.
Did she mention it in that?
Maybe.
Maybe. We'll find out. I mean, that wasn't really hypnosis, but who the hell knows? Clark mentions twice to Oliver that he needs to take care of a problem he caused, referring to the release of several Phantom Zone prisoners. Some of them were portrayed in the episodes Zod, Wither, Fallout, and Static. Again,
Shock.
not Static Shock,
I wish.
unfortunately. This is the first episode since Wither that Lois appears and yet isn't in any physical danger.
Good job, Lois. You go, girl.
This episode marks the 47th appearance of Clark's red jacket and blue shirt outfit, which he wears frequently throughout the series.
He should have hit up whoever made their stuff and just made him a red hoodie.
Oh no. Like, that is the thing. They're all in hoodies and
Yeah.
sunglasses.
Yeah.
I do appreciate that, that they tried
Yes.
to at least like take inspiration from him. Like, what would his version of their suits look
Yeah.
like? And like, I think they did an okay job.
Yeah.
I mean, at least for the budget of
Yeah.
Smallville. I mean, let's be honest.
I just love how Cyborg's like, golly, AC, could you just, of course you got your shirt off. He's like, I swim better when I'm naked. You better be glad I still have my pants on.
That was
Like,
great.
I love
That
that.
cracked me up. Honestly, I gotta give some flowers to Alan Rickman. He was really good in this.
Mhm.
Like it, I always maintained a hate for him just because,
Yeah.
because I was stupid and would do that for no reason.
Yeah.
Like when I hated Justin Bieber for several years, for no real reason.
No.
Just I was just an idiot.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't like him now, but like I don't actively hate him.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, Alan Rickman did a good job, and I owe him an apology. So, Alan Rickman,
We salute you.
we salute you. Let's get into the freak of the week.
Major Funky.
Yeah, the freak of the week this week is the Justice League, motherfucker.
They're not the freaks. They're the hotties of the week. Oh my gosh. Daniels, Lucy appreciates the compliment.
So, of course, the Justice League. I had originally put Lex because he was the antagonist of the episode. But then I was thinking about it. And I was like, no, I mean, they're the focus. Like, they're the freaks of the week,
Yeah.
Like, it's not just about being the bad guy of the week.
Mm.
Like, this is about, like, who is the main
Yeah.
focus, right?
Yeah.
And that's definitely the Justice League.
Oh yeah.
And we're going to call them the Justice League.
They're the Justice League.
Even though that's not necessarily their name.
The Justice Society.
They are not the Justice Society, but they are going international or
Worldwide. Mr. Worldwide. Mr. Worldwide.
Worldwide.
you I just said
Yes.
exactly what he said. The team consists of Clark, Oliver, Bart, AC, and Vic.
Bart.
Bart. Bart. Call me Bart. All right. It's time to rank the Freak of the Week. So, current ranking for Freak of the Week is at number 1, Green Arrow. Number 2, Red Oliver. Number 3, Legzod. Number 4, Bronson and Batista. Number 5, Bow Wow.
Bow,
Wow.
bow, wow.
I still
Bow,
haven't fixed
bow,
that.
wow.
Number 6, Tori Spelling. Number 7, Gloria. Number 8, Cliff, brother of Joe. Number 9, Duncan. And number 10, Jed McNally.
If you, McNally.
Maggie,
Number 1.
obviously, right? Like
Number 1.
as a joke, I was gonna go ahead and just list it as number 1 and have their picture in the number 1 slot, like because I was like, "There's no way it's not gonna be that," you know?
Because they're number 1 in my heart.
That's right. And I do not think they will be moved.
No.
I don't see that happening. Like knowing the rest of the season, I don't. I think honestly, they may even go down as the number 1 of like the series
Yeah.
if we were doing that.
Matt CR says Hypnotic was the season 5 episode where you had Simone Chesterman.
Ah,
You know, Chester.
Simone Chester, man. Boink.
Yeah.
I bet you're wondering how I got here. Anyway, your new ranking is just the same, but with them at number 1.
Yeah. F you, McNally. F you and your trimmers.
What an asshole. I lost my headphones. So
No,
sorry.
you didn't. They're right there.
All right, let's get into puberty. Puberty.
Yep. Big change.
Bingo.
Damn it. Clark uses the following abilities in this episode: superhuman strength, super speed, accelerated vision. Bart uses the following abilities in this episode: advanced super speed.
Because it's Baron Clark's.
Wow. Super stamina and super endurance. AC uses the following abilities in this episode: super speed, super breathing, night vision, and superhuman strength. Oliver uses the following trick arrows: grapple, knockout gas, and taser.
Oh man, so cool.
What, the arrows?
Yeah.
And of course, Cyborg, they didn't mention it, but I mean, he uses his R2 disease to like crack different things.
What? Or choose disease? Is that
His R2 disease. Hello.
That actually sounded really good. You sound like a chipmunk. Is that a drone?
Mr. Worldwide.
No, we're done. Maggie, speaking of all these superpowers, no flats, no tots, did they break the rule this week?
Yeah.
Did they?
I mean, those are some tight pants.
Oh, yeah, they are.
Oh God.
They got their top pants, bitch. Oh, we're gonna suck on some dick.
Talk about some tight pants. Everybody has tight pants. Oliver's Green Arrow buddy's got blue balls.
Mr. Worldwide, wide. Mr. Oh my God.
Let's get back.
No, we're done. It's done.
No.
All right, fine.
Let's get back to the show.
Where the did they break the rule? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Clark didn't wear tights
No,
or
he
flats.
didn't. No.
But I mean, we saw everybody else did.
Yeah.
I mean, if the whole point is to be like, hey, we're not going to go full superhero, they went full superhero in this episode. So I'm gonna say fuck you, Miles Miller and Al Go. You went full hero on this one, you assholes. You sons of bitches.
Bitches.
Pizza time.
Pizza time.
Oh, it's over.
Together we ride together.
Pizza
Knock,
time.
knock, you about to get shell-shocked.
What they have to eat?
When trying to cover for Clark, Lionel begins describing a fake meal. Quote, because I was having dinner with Clark last night when all this happened, Martha made pot roast with new potatoes and tiny little baby carrots. It was delicious. Clark had 3 helpings.
God, that sounds delicious. I'd have 3 helpings of it too.
I love how much everybody was loving on Ma Kent.
Yeah.
Like the fact they even called her Ma Kent.
Yeah.
First off, I think that's the first time she's ever been called Ma Kent in the entire series. Second off, just like that's what I feel like that's how it should be. Like Superman's mom would do that.
Yeah. She wouldn't mind Bart just wiping out the whole fridge.
Like it was nice to see Martha.
Yeah.
Like we don't really get a lot of Martha in these later years, and like it sucks. Like I get it.
Yeah.
I understand, but like it's just really nice to see Martha and like getting to be Martha and not this weird random senator Martha out of nowhere. I digress.
I did like how she said, "I hope you stay longer this time, Bart." And I was like, "Oh, that's like she wants her house full." Did
I ever tell you about my idea?
Oh boy.
Now this was before Man of Steel. Okay, this is around the same time I came up with my Power Ranger trilogy.
Okay.
It was gonna be a Superman trilogy, and it was the death of Superman. Like it was gonna be just the death of Superman.
Yeah.
Of course, the first part of the trilogy is the death of Superman. Part 2 is Funeral for a Friend.
Yeah.
And part 3 would be like the reign of the Superman.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. Which obviously would end with him getting resurrected and all that stuff. So I had this. Here's the thing. The only reason I'm talking about this is because I had this one idea for a scene that I loved, and it was going to be in this second one, Funeral for a Friend. And so there was going to be this whole thing about how the Kents. I don't remember if Jonathan was still alive in this version, but I know Martha was for sure. But the Kents would not be able to get to Clark's funeral because they couldn't, because nobody knew that they were Superman's mom and dad. And so who was it? It was going to be. So, okay. Sorry. I've got to tell you a little bit of backstory to make this work. So the first part was going to be about Death of Superman, but it was going to be Clark wanting to propose to Lois.
Yeah.
Okay. And reveal that he's Superman. She wasn't going to know that. But the whole thing is that like he was going to, do that. And they would end up getting engaged and then Doomsday would happen. Right.
Yeah.
And so he was going to have this, I had this idea for like a whole little like time bubble thing where like it's something from Krypton. It's like one use and like he slams it down and like he gets to have like an extended moment, maybe like a super speed, we'll say, like, so time is still moving, but like it's clock stoppers.
Yeah.
Okay. And so he's talking to Lois and he's like, the only way I can do this is basically I'll die. It's not because, I had this whole explanation. It's not because Doomsday kills him, but because he has to use literally all of his energy, which will then cause him to die, right? And he wants Lois to know that, like, he loves her and all this stuff. It's going to be very sad, blah, blah, blah. And then in the second part, of course, is Funeral for a Friend. And I was going to use, like, archival footage, right, of, like, the Daily Planet remembering Superman. And that's how you'd still get, like, action scenes and stuff.
Yeah.
But it was going to be mainly about the Justice League and them dealing with the fallout, right? One, like, who's going to take care of Metropolis, and just trying to figure all this stuff out, right? And so Batman was going to be, like, one of the main characters. There's going to be Batman, Wonder Woman, Lois, and there's somebody else that was, I think it was just Lois. I think it was those three. And Wonder Woman in this version was going to be kind of like Thor in the first Thor movie, where like she's kind of like stupid.
Yeah.
Like, or just kind of battle hungry,
Yeah.
you know? So, like, I mean, she's great, don't get me wrong, but she was going to be my comedic relief. Okay, like when there needed to be
like
something
it.
funny, right? Like
Yeah.
Wonder Woman was going to be that. And so, you know, Batman and Wonder Woman and Lois are together for some reason. They like, I think they save her. I think Batman rescues Lois because she's like trying to, you know, stand up to somebody like Superman would have or something, you know, whatever reason, right? And so she takes Batman and Wonder Woman to Ma Kent, and Batman walks over to her and cries on her lap because he misses Clark. And like he like takes his cowl off, and like Ma Kent was gonna be like, "It's okay, you know, like it's okay, Bruce." And like Lois was gonna be like, "Holy fuck, Bruce Wayne is Batman," and like to kind of cut the tension, Wonder Woman was gonna be like, "If you tell anybody, I'll kill you." You know? And so like I always had this view of Ma Kent as like the Justice League's mom.
Yeah.
You know, and I feel like this episode really captured that aspect. I don't know if that's like a thing in the comics or not. I'm assuming it is. I'm sure I'm not smart enough to have thought that up on my own. But like, I love the idea that, you know, they all look to her as mom, almost like the people in Twister look to her aunt. You know, they're like, "We're not going to my aunt's house." Like, food. I feel like that's how the Justice League looks to Ma Kent for food.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Where's your cows at?
no, it's where'd you get all this beef, Meg? And she's like, "Oh, did you see my cows outside?"
No.
You slaughter your own cows. That's pretty cool.
Matt Sierra says, "Don't get sidetracked."
Oh, thanks. I totally got sidetracked. All right, let's get into That's Just Prime.
Well, that's just prime.
All right, we got Arthur
I wanna
and
be
Victor.
I want to be Arthur.
Okay.
I swim faster when I'm naked.
I bet you do.
Hey, you're lucky. I still have my pants on.
We also got Arthur. We'll just try and go back and forth because I don't know who all's in this.
Okay, I'll be Arthur again.
But if it's Arthur, if you do end up doing two back to back, it's okay.
Okay,
So
I'll be Arthur.
all right,
So how's Lois doing, man?
you should ask your boss. Wait, that's it. I thought there was more to that. My bad.
That's it. That was the joke.
Boink. All right, we got Oliver, Victor, and that's
it. I'll be Victor.
Okay. You'd make one hell of a can opener.
And you'd look good on a bag of green beans.
That did make me laugh. I like that. You be Bart.
Okay. I want a lawyer.
And I want a ponytail. Disappointment abounds. That did make me laugh. I thought that was a very funny line.
That was
like
pretty good.
Unnecessary, but I'm glad Michael Rosenbaum got to have a comedic line in there because that was pretty great. We got Clark, and you can be Arthur.
Okay.
AC, how'd you fall into all this?
Got into a little trouble sinking a whaler off the coast of Japan.
A little trouble. That's what you're going with? All you had to save your skelly butt from getting filleted.
I would have gotten out of it.
Oh, really? Before or after they packed you into 1,000 little tin cans? Well, at least he would have been dolphin safe.
Fish jokes. That's all I ever get. Are fish jokes. No
like
respect.
We got Clark here. Impulse, Cyborg, Aquaman, Green Arrow. What do you guys call your team?
I don't know. I've been thinking, we need something cool. We need something like,
I was thinking something with the word justice in it. After all, that's what Lex is going to get a big dose of.
All right, we got Oliver and Clark. So you be Oliver.
Okay. Green Arrow to Watchtower. Boy Scouts out of the woods.
Boy Scout?
Maybe if you hadn't run off all half-cocked, you could have picked your own code name.
Son of a bitch.
I'll be Bart.
Okay.
Look, man, I already told you things are different now, okay? I mean, back then I needed a super kick in the butt, and you laid it on me. And ever since then, there's been no more stealing for this gringo. I swear.
God damn it. Oh, Bart. Let's see here. Oliver.
Oh boy.
This isn't the end of the story, Clark. It's just the beginning. Come on, boys. Let's go save the world. Come on, girls. We run this mother.
Oh, sorry.
Let's go, girls.
Wow. All right, let's get into DC references.
Madonna
Part of
pops
bigger
into my head.
universe.
You become part of a bigger universe.
I was gonna say that
Just
wasn't Madonna.
don't know it yet.
That wasn't
Come
Madonna.
on, girls. Well, Come On, Girls was Madonna.
Oh.
And then Let's Go, Girls is Shania Twain.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm so confused.
Come on, girls. Do you believe in love? Because I got something to say about it. And it goes something like this. That's Madonna. To her express yourself. Thanks.
When Lex shows Lionel a blurred photograph of Bart, he describes Bart as having, quote, the ability to move faster than a speeding bullet. This is a common description of Superman in the comics.
Yeah.
Despite using the codename Impulse, Bart's costume is more of a real-world version of the Flash's costume than the costume Bart wore as Impulse. Aquaman, Cyborg, and Green Arrow's costumes are modern-day real-world versions of the comic book characters.
Yeah.
So we've kind of already talked about that.
Yeah.
Chloe's codename Watchtower is the name of the JLA headquarters. Additionally, Chloe's basing in a clock tower and role as a computer using coordinator for the team greatly resembles the comic character Oracle. Clark's codename is Boy Scout, a play on the comic tradition of referring to Superman as the Big Blue Boy Scout.
The big blue Beetleborg.
Beetleborg. One of the satellite companies owned by Queen Industries was called JL International, which alludes to Justice League International, what the Justice League was known as for an extended 9-year period from 1987 to 1996 in its 50-plus year history. That is a oversimplification of what the Justice League International is, but we won't get into that. Though I will say, Superman, the movie that's coming out, heavily inspired by Justice League International, so just throwing that out there. Oliver says that the team's next mission is on the island of Corto Maltese. Corto Maltese is named after a comic book character created by Italian comic book creator Hugo Pratt. The island has been occasionally referenced in DC Comics since The Dark Knight Returns in 1986. After being rescued by a super speeding Impulse, Chloe remarks to Clark, I thought you were the fastest man alive, to traditionally used to describe the Flash. See what they did there? They flipped it down, flipped it in reverse, and you're flipping. When Clark and the League are walking away from the exploding facility, it is reminiscent of the opening sequence to the Justice League animated series. Oh, it was supposed to be applause.
Me.
Talon mix, Rumi Zero!
Hey, I like these guys. Yeah. Rumi Zero!
God, Tom Welling was so young.
I know. It's
It
only
was
gonna
so old.
it's only gonna get weirder the longer this goes,
so
man.
strange.
All right. This episode of Smallville featured music by Greg Loswell, High and Low. 'Cause I'll see you high and low. All right. Fuck y'all. It's time for the countdown to Superman. 26 weeks until Superman returns to cinemas. Can you believe it?
It's crazy.
Mr. Worldwide.
That sounded so weird. That was so weird. That was weird. That confused me. All right, next time on Smallville.
Next time, Gadget. Next time.
Season 6, episode 12, Labyrinth.
Oh my God. Do we get David Bowie?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes, we
God.
do.
Yes, and
It
Muppets.
is a shot-for-shot remake of Labyrinth with
Yes.
the cast of Smallville.
Yes.
And actually, nobody is in it.
oh, okay.
But Jimmy Olsen
Yeah.
plays every part.
Okay.
He actually, so what happens is Jimmy Olsen made a homemade movie of movie Labyrinth.
Okay.
So the episode begins Chloe and Jimmy on a home date. Right? He's like,
Yeah.
Chloe, I made something. I want you to watch it. Puts in the videotape. The rest of the episode is just that video, and it's just Jimmy having remade Labyrinth in his basement.
Okay.
Sometimes he has sock puppets, but that is very rare.
Okay.
So, are you excited to watch that episode?
No, not really. But I just wanted to say that out loud. That was David Bowie.
All right. What do you think next week's episode is about? Based solely off the title.
Labyrinth means like a maze in a way.
Yes.
So I don't know. Clark gets stuck in a maze. I don't know.
You're not wrong.
Okay.
You're not. There's a little more to it than that. I will say that this episode is an episode. Matt ZR, correct me if I'm wrong here. But this episode is an episode that does a trope that has been done in various shows.
Okay.
And I'm not necessarily a fan of it.
Uh-oh.
Like, the episode itself is fine. But this trope has happened in various shows. I won't tell you what it is because I don't want to give away like the plot, but it's the entire plot of the show.
Yeah.
So I'll leave it at that. And again, I may be wrong, but maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm right.
You may be wrong. You may be crazy.
Mr. Worldwide. Baby.
Yep, Matt. This trope is annoying. Agreed.
I was trying to think of like a Boyz II Men song. Oh,
Make love to you like you want me to. Mr.
all
Worldwide.
right, everybody. Thanks for watching. We hope y'all had fun listening to this week's episode of Going Back to Smallville. We will be back again next week with Labyrinth, not the David Bowie. As always, a special thank you to our
Member producer
for the month, Basilius is Stupidonia.
Thanks,
Thank you
Basilius.
for being awesome and supporting us. If you would like to support us, you can head over to patreon.com/hopefullyawesome or join us right here as a member on youtube.com/hopefullyawesome. Get access to Google Drive, get your name in every episode, all that fun stuff. Also, we have a Discord that you can join. The link is available in the description of this episode if you're watching or listening on podcast services. And we'll be back again live tomorrow night with the Digimoon Power Hour. It is now 2 streams, don't forget. So we'll start off in the the Digimon stream, and then we'll be streaming on the Sailor Moon stream immediately following that. And movie mornings back again in the morning. And day after tomorrow, Thursday, back again with another VHS tape. So fun. We still got some fun stuff coming this week.
It's on you all. You want another tape?
All right, that's gonna wrap it up for us. Thanks for watching, and as always,
Have a hopefully awesome day.
Bye.